Welcome, everybody, to Rock Resurgence Radio. I am your host, Chad, and you are part of the Resurgence. Today, we're taking a look back at another awesome album that sometimes gets overlooked, but not by me. Specifically, we're strapping into a retro review of Ozzy Osbourne's 1986 album, The Ultimate Sin. Also featuring one of my favorite guitarists, my favorite shredders, Jake E. Lee on guitar. Now, The Ultimate Sin is an album that often gets a little kind of bit of a mixed rap in Ozzy's discography. Some love it and some, well, let's just say it's not everybody's favorite or their Blizzard of Oz or whatever. But one thing you cannot deny is Jake E. Lee on guitar and his presence that he creates on this record. He brought a unique blend of technicality, feel, just swagger that defined this era for Ozzy. The Ultimate Sin, released in 1986, featured Jake Lee on guitar, as I said, Randy Castillo, and Phil Suzanne. I don't know how you say that exactly, but often sparks debate, Ozzy fans, but Jake Lee guitar work is fantastic. This is my favorite Ozzy album. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if I'm in the, what's it called? I don't know how many of you guys out there think it's your favorite Ozzy album. Because I know everybody loves the Randy Rhoads era, Blizzard of Oz, fucking awesome. It's great shit. But for some reason, this album just talks to me in the ways that the other ones didn't. I mean, I like almost all of the albums that Ozzy puts out. He never puts out crappy albums. So, I mean, they're all good. I mean, even when he went to Zakk Wylde, awesome stuff. Mama, I'm Coming Home. I mean, I really loved, what's it called now? No Rest for the Wicked album. Fuck, that was good. But there's something about Jake's playing, and I've talked about it many times on this station, that the way he plays hits my ear different. I like the way he plays. I loved him in Badlands. Red Dragon Cartel is okay. I haven't jumped into it hard enough to know if I love it, or first listen, I'm not crazy about it. It's okay. But these two albums, like Bark at the Moon, came out before this one. Obviously everybody knows that song. And that was Jake E. Lee, and then Ultimate Sin. So freaking awesome. Anyways, this was Jake E. Lee's second album and then the last album with Ozzy, and to me, it's just a shame. I wish he would have got to play more. It was also the first album to feature Randy Castillo on drums, and this is the only one bassist, Phil Suzanne. I don't know. Somebody correct me. I don't know how to say it yet exactly, but so the album's original working title was actually Killer of Giants. Given the fitting given the anti-war anthem on the record of the same name, but Ozzy, I think, changed it last minute, kind of what I was reading. Despite some lukewarmness over the years, The Ultimate Sin was actually Ozzy's highest charting studio album at the time of its release. It hit double platinum. Rock and roll was heavy metal, hair metal shit was huge in 86. So most of the lyrics on the album, with the exception of Shot in the Dark, were written by Bob Daisley. He's been doing stuff with Ozzy for a long time, even though he left the band before the recording and wasn't credited on early pressings, much like Jake E. Lee. And Jake E. Lee actually wrote most of the music. Ozzy himself has been quoted as saying he's not entirely fond of the album, citing various reasons, including his personal struggles at the time and producer Ron Navision's choices. Jakey Lee also apparently wasn't thrilled with the production. If you listen to the album, it doesn't sound fantastic, but it doesn't sound terrible. Like if you throw it in the stereo in your car, it's not going to blow your speakers up with the bass. So it's kind of thin sounding, but man, it works for me. It really does. And I don't know if you guys checked out last week's episode. It was, we had a round table and we did well, it wasn't really a round table. It was more of a draft. Van Halen's top 40 songs. I hope you checked that out. If you didn't, I will put a link to it at the end of this one because it was fantastic. And the guys I had on, they're fantastic. And, we got a lot of comments. One of the guys that was on, Patrick, boosted it on X, and man, all of a sudden we got a bunch of comments, and not all positive comments, but that's okay. It's not a popularity contest or anything like that. And then everybody has their opinions, so that's fine. I wasn't that, the other three on that episode were way more knowledgeable about Van Halen than I was, but I knew nobody's freaking talked about Van Halen, so it needed to be done. So we did it. So this is going to be a retro review, like I mentioned, and we're going to go track by track like I normally do, and I'm going to give it like a 1 through 10 rating like I normally do. And I went fairly conservative on this, but because I don't want to give you guys, because not everybody loves this as much as I do. I don't think every song's a 10 by no means, but I don't skip anything when I'm on this album. I play it front to back. I don't skip anything. I freaking love it. And, I listened to it again before I'm doing this episode, and fucking love it. And I kind of tried to figure out what some of the song meanings were, and then if I didn't know or it was kind of messing with my mind, I kind of looked it up and seen what wiki or wherever I could find some information on it. Anyways, we'll start off with track number 1 is The Ultimate Sin. Title track kicks off. It's got Randy Castillo's drums, which are pretty awesome. Some say maybe he has an Iron Maiden vibe. Of course, you get Jakey Lee's riff, immediately recognizable and heavy. And lyrically, this song, penned by Bob Daisley, seems to touch upon the pressures Ozzy was feeling at the time. Particularly from like the media and stuff like that, essentially saying enough is enough of being devoured by the media. Jakey Lee's contribution, the main riff, is pure 80s greatness, and the solo is a masterpiece. I gave that one an 8. It's a strong opening statement. It kicks the album off, and I love it. We move on to number 2, which is Secret Loser. It's a little more mid-tempo track with a slightly darker feel. The lyrics could be interpreted as dealing with hidden struggles or a sense of inner turmoil is kind of what one thing said. Secret Loser persona that one carries. Again, Jakey Lee's riff, chunky, it's great. And of course, his solo is pretty fantastic. All in all, I really like it. And anyways, that song, Secret Loser, I would say probably 8. I would give that one an 8, I think. So an 8 for the first one, 8 for the second one. On to number 3. Number 3, we got Never Know Why. This one has more of an upbeat feel, kind of almost a little more metal feel to it. Um, Lyrics are about questioning reasons behind destructive behaviors or society norms. Um, Jake, this track features a catchy, almost anthemic riff. Uh, Solo is awesome. I would say that one's probably a 7 just because the chorus isn't quite as strong, um, but still good. Not skipping it. Number 4, Thank God for the Bomb. Oh, now we're getting into some goodness here. Um, it's kind of talking about the Cold War, kind of reflecting on Cold War anxieties and the constant threat of nuclear war. I would read you some of the lyrics. I don't have them up right at the moment, but this is this my favorite song? I think so. I think Thank God for the Bomb is my favorite song on this album. It's kind of cool. Thank God for the bomb. And then he goes, Nukia, Nukia. And Jake's playing is just freaking fantastic. I just love the way he plays. Um, so I'm going to give that one a 10. A big old fat 10. My first 10 on this album. So, like I said, I was being a little more cautious with my things. I think everybody thinks I'm giving it, I pick these albums. Well, I pick these albums because I fucking love them. So that's why I do it. I'm not gonna. I don't want to review something that I think you guys are gonna hate. I want to review something that I think you guys are gonna really like, and maybe go out and if you don't know it, go out and get it. So 10, 10, 10 for Thank God for the Bomb. Next song is called Never. Um, Kind of what I gathered out of it. It's kind of about lost love, or regret. Realization that some things can't be undone, basically. This song is okay. It's not my favorite. Still not skipping it, but not my favorite. I gave this one a 7. Um, but, like I said, not skipping it. This album kicks ass. Then we move on to Lightning Strikes. And this has a fucking pure anthemic riff by Jakey Lee. I mean, it's one of those. I mean, the riff for Crazy Train, right? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, it's kind of similar to that. It's kind of one of those type of riffs that you hear it and you go, "Oh yeah, that's that song," and you just go, hear the hairs on the back of your neck start kind of tingling, and you go, "Oh, this that we're in for something good here." What one thing said was it was a metaphor for unexpected chaos and disruption in life. So we'll go with that as the song meaning, I guess. Um, this is just one of those goddamn jammers. It's just great from beginning to end. Jake's solo is awesome, as it is in almost every song. I give it a 9. Not quite a 10. It's really, really close to a 10. I mean, on a different day, it could be a 10. And I lied when I said Thank God for the Bomb is my favorite song. It's my second favorite song. The next song, track number 7, is Killer of Giants. And this song is almost, oh my God, I don't know how to explain it. Um, this is another anti-war kind of song, kind of addressing the futility and the destruction caused by global conflicts and powerful figures who instigate them. Killer of giants threatens us all. Mountains of protest, not starting a war. Oh, the killer of giants. Oh my God. Definitely my favorite song. Definitely my favorite on this album. It might be It's right up there. It's probably my top 5 Ozzy songs, um, excluding Black Sabbath, just Ozzy. I just, oh my God, so good. Um, and there's so many, like I seen an interview with Jakey Lee about this song. Um, I, and it's funny. He said something to the effect that he doesn't play the same thing through the whole song. I mean, it's like always changing and always different. And I tried to listen to it, but every time I start listening to it, I start singing it, and then I kind of forget what the guitar's doing, so I don't know. But he fucking wrote the song, so I'd imagine he knows what he's talking about. And oh, so good. And we move on to number 8, "Fool Like You." It's kind of a straightforward song. I'm trying to think. I think it is, and that's really really cool. It's got really cool kind of guitar beginning with harmonics, and I love that. It's a great song. It's not quite up there with "Thank God for the Bomb" and "Killer of Giants" and "Lightning Strikes," but it's definitely really good. This song only has 9 songs on it, so we only have one more after this. And "Fool Like You," I gave an 8. Um, it's really really solid, and I don't know. I think 8's a good number. I think what is the lowest number I have? A 7. 7. Which one? Never is the song I gave a 7. And then we go on to track number 9, which is "Shot in the Dark," which was the hit, the single off of this album. And it's a it's almost a little lighter than Ozzy normally does. It's almost AOR-ish. Um, but it's super catchy. Um, I know you guys have heard this song. If you haven't, check it out. This is a really, really solid song too, as far as I'm concerned. You know, it's not the weakest song on the album. I would give it probably an 8.5, 8.5 on a good day. Jake Lee's solo on this is really good, and I remember going to watch Brain Fart here. It used to be Frankly Scarlet, and they went Killing Smalls, um, and they pulled this song out of the hat and played it the last time I seen them. Those guys, I think, kind of stopped playing. Really good kind of local band, fun. They put on a good show, play a lot of good stuff. But I was like really surprised when all of a sudden they kicked into this song, um, and they did a pretty damn good job. So, but "Shot in the Dark." Let's see what else I can say about it. I don't know. Not a whole lot more I can say about that song, but overall, this album is just fucking good. So if you're not familiar with this album, oh yeah, I got my buddy Justin. He got me the Ultimate Sin shirt. He knows that's my favorite Ozzy album, and I freaking just love this album for some reason. And I know there's people out there going, really? Bark of the Moon's way better, or Blister the Oz is way better, or Diary of the Madman is, I get it. I'm weird. I just think this has kind of gotten overlooked. Some of these songs on here are just fantastic. Like I said, "Thank God for the Bomb," "Lightning Strikes," and "Killer of Giants." Boy, they're just tough to beat. And "Shot in the Dark" is really good too. It was their single. It's a little lighter. But anyways, so if you haven't ventured back in Ozzy's catalog, if you're just used to the kind of newer stuff with Zakk Wylde, I'd definitely invite you to take a look at this album. I think it's I always say this, criminally underrated. Let me know what you think. I guess, let me know what the guys and girls in the Resurgence think. Give it a listen, see what you think. I'm going to if you guys have Apple Music, I'm going to put a link in the description. Unless I forget, I may forget. But so good. Anyways, let me know what's your favorite Ozzy album. I don't know. This is mine. What's yours? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. I just got this thing. I think you can become a member. I really don't know how this works, to be honest with you. I'm kind of really like, I don't know. You can become a member, but I got to put up some tiers or something. So tiers, TIERS, where like you get something if you join for $5 or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. And then there's like super thanks and shit like that. You know, if you feel like doing it, great. If you don't, great. Just keep watching. Because I appreciate all the trying to come up with ideas. You know, it's like I sit there and think, and I think of weird shit. So maybe I'll try something a lot off the cuff for next episode, because I'm still trying to think of what I'm going to do for next episode. I know coming up this Wednesday, there'll be another Hump Day Headbangers, where I'll have a couple new songs for you. I'm always trying to improve and get better. And this is a tool that I think will help me with that eventually when I get used to it. But this is my first attempt at it, and didn't go so well. You saw it. Thank you for sticking it out. Anyways, that is my review of Ozzy Osbourne's The Ultimate Sin. Go check it out. Anyways, that's it for this week's Rock Resurgence Radio. Keep the volume cranked, the fist pumping, and the spirit of rock and roll alive. We'll be back next week. It should change that to I'll be back next week with more Sonic Mayhem. Until then, stay loud, stay proud, keep it open. See ya.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We really hope you enjoyed our content. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. We'd greatly appreciate it. Links to everything we discussed will be included in episode notes. Feel free to check those out as well. Until next time, stay golden, Pony Boy, and rock on.